Hey, and welcome back to Blueprints. It's day 71. And as always, we have some plans for today. After we figured out like some things last time. I'm still very much confused about that. Also, I do have 2 gems. I always start with 2 gems. No, it's normal. So, last time we rested in the double bedroom, and from what I remember, and like sadly I don't have like a copy of the diary anymore, like where we learned about that. The bed, like the double bedroom, or like the bunk bedroom, is basically showing us something in the tomb, and I want to check that out. But that means that I have to get the tomb outside, so I'm gonna ignore the outside for now and try to get some dice again. I would also like to, because I'm trying to get the tomb, try to get her ladyship's quarters again, so I can maybe, you know, find that. Also, ooh, mailroom den. I like the mailroom, I like the study, but like, I can't just start with the study, right? Like I'm gonna go for the den. That does leave us with like more options here. Ooh. Attic would be amazing, but obviously I don't have the gems. Had I gone over there, I could have started like that. But like, I guess the workshop, because I mean, the freezer is amazing, but that means that, you know, it only works like once I enter. So let's not do that. I'm just gonna, you know, again, try to get like all of the rooms here. Foyer is also great. Yeah, let's get the foyer. I love the foyer. It's such a great room. And I'm gonna see, can I see the item? It's a battery. Okay, so that means if we want to get like, for example, the jackhammer again, then that should be quite doable. And oh wait, I was thinking, because I was thinking about getting like a keycard, because I did remember getting something about the keycard last time, but it's obviously only something that happens if I end in the pool room. Then I get like a card for next run. I'm gonna get the drawing room here. I should have gotten the boudoir, but we can get that one later as well. Do I get the Chamber of Mirrors again? It would give me... Like the tunnel would guarantee a path to the antechamber. But that would require me to get a south lever. Where do I get the south lever? It's in the greenhouse, I think. Because I think the weight room has the one on... No. The weight room has also a south lever, right? It's the greenhouse and the weight room that have south levers. The Great Hall has an east lever, as well as the garden, because the garden has an east and a west lever. Where's the second west lever? Wait a second, I can just look that up. I have a note about that. Okay, I say I have a secret note about that, but apparently I can't actually read like the fine print. I never got one with like a magnifying glass, which means that I can only see like the main lever. But it still means like, wait a second, south lever was the main one. Was in the greenhouse, so I'm right about that. So it's greenhouse, which means I would have to get the greenhouse and I could reach the antechamber. Like this is a guaranteed antechamber. Is it worth it though? Like this would be great for like the schoolroom, because then I get like the drafting effect. Otherwise, I don't think it's like that useful. But if I get the tunnel here and then go like somewhere else, I am guaranteed to get that. I'm actually gonna do that. I'm gonna get the tunnel here. I'm not gonna use it though. I don't think that there's anything I care about in here. Just gonna not waste that step. It's completely fine. I'm gonna go via the foyer for now and just check out like what else I can do. You know, again, like I'm trying to get like a run going. We actually make it to the north. Also, break room. This is the first time in a long time that we've gotten that one, or like technically it's the first time we got the break room. What has changed? You have a sofa now. You also have like this note, which is interesting. Wait a second. HS Sinclair and N Babbage are the only 2 on the estate with network admin access. That's wrong. We do know about that. The staff note. Also, the day we all dreaded has finally arrived. It is with unprecedented sadness that we inform you of the death of our benefactor, employer, and master, the Baron of Mount Holly, HS Sinclair. Any staff who have an interest in attending services may contact Mrs. Babbage for details. In following the instructions left by the Baron himself, effective immediately, all work at Mount Holly is suspended. All live-in staff will have 1 month paid leave and must vacate the premises by Friday, November the 6th. Okay, I think that's just a regular notice, but like the other two are not. Staff contracts are no longer kept on the highest rank. I can get contracts? I mean, they're no longer kept there. Okay, that's fine. But that doesn't mean that they exist somewhere. That's the surprising thing. Okay, I can not make any coffee. Okay, this is something I think is really fascinating about this game. Oh, also you have like something here? KT? KD, ABRN, CTHRRM. Rules for staff. Plus 1 point per consecutive dartboard solved during breaks. Each week point total resets and weekly leader gets an extended lunch. Okay, interesting. I want to say, like, I am really fascinated by how the hints that you get actually change. It's the same thing with like the guest bedroom where we don't have the old note anymore that I can't really read about. I hope it's not like too important, but that does kind of mean. Wait a second. I think it's the same thing that we have in the commissary, right? 50 summoners can be found in security and laboratory. I think it's the same thing. And it tells me about like Swan Song here, right? Yeah. I feel like it's probably the same, yeah. Also, I do notice that like they moved the paintings actually. I think it's like a neat little detail, but yeah. Still though, we have to do some math here. That should be doable though. 12. Wait a second. That can't be. No, wait. Yellow subtractor, right? Oh no, wait. The if it's a square, it's a square root. This is the or like this is a square root instead of like the power 2, right? So I actually have to do some math. So this is like 120, 144. $124? That's not right. Am I misremembering how this works? Because like you do this after the addition, right? Oh no, wait. Does that? No, wait. You are 21. You're like 1 now. I remember. We learned about that at the math test. This, like, if it's a square root. This is changing the order from like 12 to 21. And then you can subtract 20. Yeah, okay. Now I got it. So this is 41. That should be 20 then. We have the 20, 30, 21, 12. Where's the 12? Oh, whatever. I just like to be blind, and I get the silver key. Okay. I still don't get why the silver key sometimes doesn't work. I think I can just not use it when it's coming like from the north, which is interesting. Still, I'm gonna continue here. Getting the silver key is still amazing. Also, boudoir. We want those dice. That's like the main reason why I'm getting that one. You know, obviously it's like kind of the goal of this room, right? Also, you know, kind of have to check some pieces every once in a while, like especially candles and like candle holders, right? Sometimes I like to miss little details, which is why I like to recheck every once in a while. Anyway, let's just continue onward. This one doesn't actually help us here. I'm gonna get the mail room. I could get the candle. I feel like mail room is probably the most useful, and I can get an item in here. I did not though. Order placed. Did we get any more letters since I was here last? I don't think so, right? Like this is the one from our dad. And this is the most recent one. Yeah, okay, I think this is just the most recent one and we haven't really learned anything new since. That's fine, I just had hope that we could get like a magnifying glass or something like here. Alright, and we still have like a silver key. I'm happy about that because, again, you know, with this room, it's actually amazing to have. Do I go by the... Let's go via the workshop. Yeah, it's fine. Workshop, and then I'm gonna go back to the drawing room. Just so I have it. Yeah, this is an A. I do know about that. We luckily are done here. Do I just get... the pantry or like the parlor for the gems. I wouldn't mind having like the gems here. I'm gonna get the parlor, and then I'm gonna go back to get like the redraws. That shouldn't be too bad, right? I would have gone for the pantry otherwise. I still theorize that maybe we can break like the floor in the pantry or something like that. Anyway, the gems are on the table behind me. They are not. That's a lie. You can't, I cannot believe this. The gems are in this box, and every statement claiming where the gems are is false. The gems are in the blue box. Okay, so this is like, again, we kind of talked about some of the rules like often enough, but like let's just repeat, right? Like we need one that's completely correct, one that's completely false, and one that can be any situation. In this case, we have like two exclusionary statements, because like every statement claiming where the gems are is false, which would mean if this is a true statement, the top one, then the bottom one is false. But if the bottom one is false, like the top one is automatically true, right? Like they can't be both true or can't be both false at the same time. So this is a mixed one, which means that this one is a false one. Obviously, which means we already have the false one, we have a mixed one, so the last one has to be true. So they should be in this one. Assuming I still understand the rules correctly, right? Yeah, okay, I still do. Right, like this is so much fun still, right? I love logic puzzles. It's like, you know, and it's like such a standard on my runs, right? Also, it reminds me, how many math games have we done? 29 out of 4. Oh, we have like so many more. Like I still need one more trophy. That's like the whole thing. The ram sigils could be doable. Even though, like, how do you get the last two? Like, I'm still missing one key, by the way, right? Like, technically 2 keys, but like to my understanding, I cannot get one of those keys. But that doesn't mean that there's like one still missing, because I still don't know what the throne is. Maybe that's like there's like a throne room as like the last and final part of the Mount Holiday Directory. I have no idea. Gonna figure that one out at some point. We could go for their mode and cursed. Like, I don't know how to get cursed mode. I still feel like it's either just getting cursed and then like doing it like in the next run. That should be doable. But like the rest, like the room 46 in an hour and like in 1 day, and then their mode, I think all of those are like different saves to my understanding. And like I could like definitely do like one of those, I feel like, if I just started again. I don't actually know. I feel like I could do it in under 1 hour. I don't think I could easily do it in exactly one run without like proper planning, just because you have like so much to do, right? Like you need to reach the underground, which means that you need to first reach the foundation, and then you need to reach like the other side. You need at least one of the levers that brings you like to one of the sides here. You need to reach both sides of the underground, which means you need either the tomb, which is doable via the garage, or you need the pump, because otherwise you cannot reach that point, right? Because you need to move like the one card at least once, because otherwise you cannot solve that one puzzle, which is like really important, right? Like the underground puzzle to reach like the top of like 46, or like not 46, but like the I guess the underground, right? Like the sanctuary there, and then to flip the lever. There's like so much to do actually. And especially like I have 70 steps. In the beginning I had 50. Right? Like I need to a really good run, or I need to at least, you know, plan ahead a lot better. I feel like in under an hour is doable though, right? Like just like do like 2 or 3 runs quickly, where you're like not trying to solve mysteries, but instead just, you know, do like the best draft that you can. I feel like that's doable, right? Like in 2 or 3 runs. Anyway, I'm gonna go for this one. Do I just get the attic? I wouldn't mind more items. I need items to make it to the north. That's like the whole thing. I do have a purse. I do get some keys. Keys are great. I don't need them too strictly, but like coupon book, great. Like in case we get like some food. This one's actually not too bad. And the shovel, okay. Like I feel like with the shovel, I still want the lever, right? Like that's like the issue currently. Like I need the lever, and I could get like the upgrade for my other theories. We got like 3 gems in there, 4, 5, 6, 7. Did I miss an item? Am I just blind? I might be, or I just miscounted there in my head. Oh wait, I got the coupon book. Okay, now it makes sense. I forgot about that in my head. Also, I do like how I always go here and then, like, I always say, like, hey, these rooms are okay, and never redraw. I should probably just redraw, like, once. If they are just, like, okay, those rooms. I could go for the Chamber of Mirrors again. If I go to the other side, which is doable via the tunnel, they can instantly reach the top. The issue, though, is that I don't think that this is actually too useful. So I'm gonna go for the chapel instead. Like, the only reason why I want the Chamber of Mirrors is to either, like, get repeat rooms, which would be fine, right? Like, get a second attic, for example, get a second boudoir. Would be cool. But... and basically, like, I also want to check out, like, the top. Also, what's the red stuff on there? Right, you see that? Like, there's, like, something red behind, like, the R and, like, in here. Are those just the chairs? Why are they not on this side? Never really paid attention to that. Ha. Anyway, this would be, like, an option. We could also get, like, some cool items in there, like, at least keys, but probably, like, oranges, which wouldn't be too bad. But it would require me to change up, like, the tunnel. So I'm just gonna go for the chapel, I guess. Gonna do that another time. Again, like, chapel is fine. I don't actually mind losing, like, one coin. We have so many coins all the time. Locksmith. I think I'm gonna go for the locksmith because I have a good chance of getting the right key that I want. First of all, a special key, and then I'm gonna get, like, the lockpick kit. I don't necessarily want to spend, like, all my money here, but, like, at least a few keys wouldn't be too bad. Yeah, that's a secret guard key. That's exactly what I wanted to have. And lockpick. I'm gonna get, like, 3 keys, and then the rest I'm gonna keep for food and stuff. Do I get the secret garden now? I still have, like, one thing that I wanted to try for, like, so long. I think it might be possible here. Yeah, I'm gonna get, like, the passageway. Everything should be unlocked here. And then I'm gonna... Oh wait, that's actually bad. I don't want to have everything unlocked. I'm still gonna go for this room here, real quick. Do I get the terrace or just the pantry? Like, I don't want the garage. For one specific reason. I still want to test out, like, my one theory that I had. I could go for terrace. Is it that important? I mean, it's the worst thing. Pantry gives me some food. And I still want to test something later on. So it's, like, not the worst idea, I think. Like, I still want to see if I can get, like, any possibility of, like, digging inside of here. That's, like, my thought process currently. I still want to try if there's, like, because of the corner case, right? Like, the corner cases are the thing that confuse me so much. If there's, like, a way for me to, like, drill in the ground here. Like, maybe if I get, like, a jackhammer. Maybe that would explain something. Maybe I'm just still missing something really important in this room. And it's just kind of frustrating me. Anyway, let's go north. Another... Oh, yeah, I have 2 passageways now, right? That's not what I want here, but I guess I have to get it. Because the rest is, like, even worse. Okay, that's a security door. Yeah, let's go over here real quick. Like... I don't mind the garage necessarily, but I want the secret garden and then the garage. Let's just get the reading nook, get, like, another key. We can deal with that in a second. I don't mind getting the library, but, like, I don't really care at this moment. Archives and gamble? Like, I need these... This would give me how many keys? 2? I could get stuff from the laundry room. I do know that the laundry room is in my list of rooms inside of the aquarium, right? Do I want to redraw? No. Let's go for the laundry room, it's okay. Just in case I need it. I don't think that there are items in here, right? Like, it tells you explicitly that shops never have any items. We will not be able to power this, probably. That's fine, though. Do I want something? Do I want gems? Keys instead of... I could get like a ton of gems, but have like no money left. But it would guarantee that I have like enough gems for everything I want to do. That's actually not the worst idea, I think. It's like 27. Yeah, let's do it. Ooh, spin. Would be nice if we could just like switch like a few of them, but I guess that's just like how it works. It's fine. Getting money is like not the worst thing in the world. Okay, I'm gonna go back now. I don't have money, but who cares? Unless, wait. If the, I should have probably been smart about this. If this room is locked, it's not locked, okay. I guess I'm getting the dining room here. It's fine. I want to see that the next room is locked, preferably. Because if it's locked, then I can just use the secret garden one. And it's still not locked. Patio, dark room. I could go for the classroom. Because I'm getting a lot of re-rolls later on. I don't know if there's like a specific room I care about here, but it would be fine, right? The patio doesn't really do that much currently. Right, like we've already dug there, so I'm not so sure about that. Yeah, let's get the classroom, it's okay. And now I'm gonna go back. I still, like, I want to use the secret garden key, which obviously has to be on the west side, which is annoying because I'm getting too many hallways that obviously let me just go through. You know, struggling with success and stuff. Anyway, I'm just gonna go outside now. I do have 2 rerolls. I hope that I can get the tomb. I want the tomb. It would be nice, but that's like basically the only room I can go. Unless I wanna stop my plan with like the tunnel. Which, is that the worst thing ever? Like, I mean, I could just continue with like other rooms here, right? And I feel like that's probably a smart idea. I mean, I need the treasure trove anyway, so I'm gonna do that. Right. It's not a terrible idea to have. Let's unlock you. It's a black one with a sun. You will need a key to obtain the true treasure of the trove. Okay, what do we know about black with sun? We do know that the first one said basically, hey, all green memos will always be true. But that's false because we had like a blue memo that told us that they will, if they're like in white boxes, they are always lies. Right, and that the previous one was in a white box, so it's not always the truth. But we do have a green card that told us that the true treasure of the trove is not in the house. Okay, fair enough, maybe we have to bring it outside. Right? But the issue was that we had the red card afterwards that told us that the previous one contained a true statement, but I don't remember if that was a handwritten one. I should have paid attention to that, but I think that was before I figured that one out. 2 ramps have the same color banner, but it's a handwritten note on a green one. That's also a lie, right? Because we do know that the white ones are always lies, but it's like a double lie then. I could also just show you what I'm looking at, basically like this list that I have. Right, and I don't think that there's anything about... We do know that all boxes marked by sun contain memos that are true. On a blue note with a black box with a sun. This is the truth. And this is the black one. So we do need a special key to unlock this. Apparently. If we trust this. I'm gonna keep this in the back of my mind, I guess. We do have like a lot of money. Like, here's the thing. I've always assumed that like if something's off here, right? Like, this is a treasure trove, right? Like, this would also be a great place to put like a throne, basically. Alternatively, maybe I actually have to bring you outside. Like, I still want to get, like, the blessing of the monk, but, like, I never can... Like, I never get this blessing thing going. Right? Like, I still need to make, like, a list. Like, if my theory is, like, still correct, then there should be a rule to, like, everything. And by everything, I mainly just mean, like, how many coins are worth, like, which blessing. And in that case, you know... Where am I going? Like, in that case, you know, I'm just mainly struggling because I'm always getting, like, the berry picker. Because I'm paying, like, the wrong amount of money, apparently. But if I could get the Blessing of the Monk again, then it would be perfect. Anyway, we're going outside here, obviously. You know, as you can see, I'm gonna get the right blessing. Either that, or I'm getting the tomb. I would like the tomb just for my other theories that I have. Okay. Shelter I don't care about, Hovel I don't care about. Come on, give me the 2. Ooh, or do I get the shrine? Do I gamble? It feels like I'm getting like different rooms every time, so I'm having a really high chance of getting the tomb. I get the tomb, okay. And I'm not guaranteed to get like the different ones because we got the Hovel twice there. That's important. But tomb, because we do know that, if I recall it correctly, right? Like I still need to like get the book again. Oh, some dice. We do, like, we got the piece of information that there should be on one of the tombs now an additional flower. And I'm not sure what that means for us. Maybe it's like nothing like big, right? Like this is the note that we had already read. Just making sure that I don't miss anything, right? Like the tomb is special in that way, that there's like a lot of space. I have a theory where that grave should be. But, you know, where I'm at it, I should also just get, you know, the diary key. So I can maybe, if I'm getting lucky, right, like I could go north and try that. I can't really this run, though. That's like the annoying thing. I need like the tomb again, basically. Ah, yes. The real struggle. But yeah, like I feel like there's still something missing that I need to figure out. Anyway, where's the... Isn't it here? Yeah, it is. Okay. Okay, this is the flower that they were talking about. It's not as massive as I thought. It's just like one of those gem flowers. Okay, but this is a great confirmation that this is what that means. And I was right about like my memory of this event. Basically that using the double bedroom, like you get the extra flower. I had hoped that, like, you know, I mentioned this before, like, because this is like knocked over like this, that there was like a secret door here or something that you could go through. I mean, it would have been cool, but I'm also feeling like the tomb at this point holds like so many mysteries already, in a way, that you kind of can just accept that, you know, you don't need more. I don't know, but maybe I'm just, you know, imagining things and there is actually still more and I'm just, you know, thinking that I've already found everything, as I usually do. Anyway, I guess we have to continue now. I still need like a key card, or I need like security, I need like something. At least like a computer. If I got like a computer, even though like a computer itself isn't actually enough now I think about it. I have not actually gotten the other terminal. By the way, if this run isn't like a great run, I have like some puzzles that I still want to work on. Like for example, the Baron Bafflers. I wouldn't mind like checking that one out again. Also, I'm just gonna dig, like at this point. Ooh, multiple coins. Ooh, another coin. How nice. The Baron Bafflers could be fine to work on. Oh wait, I can't go through here. Wait, I can. Oh wait, you are unlocked automatically. I completely forgot about that. Spare bedroom. Or do I just redraw? I think I just redraw. I don't like the weight room, but it gives me a lever. Do I have written down... Wait. I'm trying to figure out like which lever it was. Like on contraptions? No, I never wrote that down. I just wrote down which contraptions contain the right thing. Okay, weight room. It's really not that worth it. Because I have like so few steps, but I could still have a decent run afterwards. And it would give me both a lever. I hate that I don't remember like which one it was. Huh. But I need like one, because otherwise I can't continue. I'm gonna do that. It's okay. 13 steps, 14 steps to enter. You are the one on the south. Okay. That's at least a good confirmation. That means I can technically enter now. It's the red note. We do know about this one, and this one we've already, yeah, taken a photo of. That's good to know. Now I just need to somehow manage to get more steps. Security is also fine. For now. You're obviously blocked. Great. No items in here? Okay. I'm gonna do like the whole thing where I... Is that inventory? No, we have like a fruit somewhere, which is interesting. Wait. Where? It's not over here, is it? Where did I miss a fruit? Oh, wait, we also have like... I'm actually really stupid. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As long as I get anything by the foundation, we have... how many drawing rooms? We have 2 at least? 3? We have like a few rerolls. If I reach the foundation, I actually get steps again. So it's like actually not the worst thing in the world currently. Anyway, I'm gonna, you know, I guess do the experiment as well. Keycard system. Security level, I'm gonna set that one to low, but I'm also going to go for the offline mode of unlocked. And then we're going to do like the whole thing. As always, no, network. Swan song. Because if I... Wait, where am I? By the way, which mail was in here? Stop recording. Oh yeah, that stuff. I should probably like just take screenshots of like the mail at some point, right? That's like the perfect point for this. And then we obviously still have to set up an experiment. Gain a star. Each bedroom I draft after my second. Each time I eat an apple. Oh wait, I do know where there's an apple in this estate currently, actually. I can get at least 1 star like that. Each bedroom I draft after my second. How many bedrooms do I have? I do have to put 1 at least. Did I draft like another one though? Not yet. So this is actually a lot of work to get. Apple is going to guarantee something. I'm gonna do that then. I want to get like something out of the experiment, right? That's like the main reason. I might be able to get like more via something else, but who cares at this point? Do I go north here? Just want to see if I get anything cool. Observatory. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Like I'm not complaining here for the most part. Wait a second, I'm trying to map it out. Wait, the weight room probably has also... Can I run power through the weight room? Do I care about it? Not at this point, right? I'm gonna go for the observatory. It's fine, we can't pick it though. I need to get the food first, which is like the annoying thing. Because otherwise I'm gonna run out of steps. I hope I didn't, you know, did like any sort of math mistake. Oh wait, I get like 2 steps here. That's like the first important thing. So we can definitely do this. So we should get a star, yeah, 44. Obviously we want the better one soon. Just the office? And I can read the mail at least, and we still make it to the foundation, which gives us like all the steps that we want. The issue obviously being that we need to go via the weight room to reach the antechamber afterwards, which is like annoying but doable. There isn't like anything too interesting in here. Okay, I'm gonna do that real quick. Let's I don't really care about like the rest. Log into network, swan song. I'm gonna, you know, again, just briefly go over the mail. I've actually not properly read it before. Just take like screenshots for later. Alright, at this point, the only thing that's like still semi-interesting is like this mail, I think, just because, you know, the premonition is talked about, and it's like, oh gosh, why am I always terrible with like the years? But like, is this like relatively close to us there? No, wait, we are in... Okay, wait a second. The will was written on the 18th of March 1993. So this is like months after that. Which is interesting. So were there like more changes? Because this is like half a year later, right? That's like the first thing. Also, McGuire, McKinley, and McDougall. Dougal, I don't know. But like, I don't think we have seen them, right? Also, glossary of terms. Are you done? And actually, no. Like, maybe there's like something new in there that I don't know about. Huh. At this point, we've actually seen everything, which is interesting. Trophy, terminal, spread. You know, one day when I'm not lazy, I'm gonna, you know, take a screenshot of everything in here just to get like, you know, I guess the whole glossary of terms, you know. I feel like I've read through all of those, but although the game is not currently available, it is scheduled to be added in a future patch. Yeah, it still says it's like in a future patch for the Richie blocks. I was kind of sure about that. Even though like the game, like Blueprints, has been released like 10 months ago. Like it's been some time, right? I forgot when exactly it released, but it's been quite some months at this point. Well, anyway, I guess we are going to continue now instead of reading. And I can get another gem. I totally needed that one. Anyway, we are over here now. I can get some steps. I'm still gonna, you know, look around first. What do I want? The rook, I guess? I still have 2 rooms that I can re-roll. No, wait, I have so much money. I should probably get the armory again. I like the armory. Anyway, I hope this room is locked. It is locked. So that means I can use the secret garden key here. Which is nice. It doesn't allow me to get the garage though. But hey, at least we can get even more levers actually. Also, I can get like some food. There should have been like a spread effect. I kind of expected that to also be like an orange here or something like that. I do kind of remember that. Anyway, let's dig, I guess. Unless you're telling me that this is also related to the, I guess the effect or like the fertility of the floor. That's kind of what I'm getting at. Okay, this is the room to the left. We can't open that one. Oh wait, we can. No, we still cannot. That's like the whole issue currently. Like we can go down, but we can't go north from here because the door is locked. And like even with the candle, it wouldn't actually make much of a difference. We can... Oh wait, this was to open the puzzle, right? Like, and this is just for the other options in here. Oh no, wait, I needed to turn like everything around for it to matter, right? I'm just gonna turn you to like the very end. It's okay, don't care. Yeah, I could technically open like the door to the right, but it doesn't matter too much here, I would say. For now, let's just go to the north, I guess, and hope that I can go through with like my plans here. Ideally, this would be the garage, by the way. I do have the silver key that I don't care about. That's the armory. Yeah, it's probably fine. Give me like a cool item, please. And then that should be fine. I hope I don't run out of steps here. That would be really silly. But like, hey, Morningstar. And the torch. Also great, in case I need to actually light something. And I can shield myself from a red room effect. Okay. Give me a straight room. Or like one that also lets me... Yeah, like the pool, for example. Right, like this should leave me the option to go wherever I want now. The only issue is that I don't have the food. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's kind of an issue. I should have mathed this out better. Because I'm gonna run out of stamina before I reach the place. Unless I get like a turnip here. Give me a turnip, please. Okay, it's key. If I get a turnip here, then the entire run is saved. Otherwise, I need to get lucky that like the spread effect actually gave a room nearby some food. Because like if I can make it to the dining hall, then I do have enough steps to do like the thing that I wanted to do the entire time. Because I only need to reach room 46, right? Okay, that's an apple. And the run is saved, I guess. I just have to be really sure with my movement here. And I would like an aquarium, but I can't actually get one. Okay, have dinner. I have 20 steps. The 20 steps should be enough. to actually make it to the underground first. And then, like, I only want to reach room 46, by the way. And just to confirm, like, my suspicions that I have had about this room, like, for so long. Maybe something changed in there because, you know, we got the deed now. Right. You're obviously all done. I'm just gonna go downstairs. It should be fine, right? Is there anything I'm missing? I might just, you know, confuse myself here again. And it would be really bad, like, you know, that deep into the run. This is like the first time in so long that I can see that room. Like, I'm trying to remember, when did I... Like, I got the deed, I remember, like, I got the deed and I took like a 2 or 3 month break of this game just because I was like so busy, right? And this was like the last time I saw that room. So, this is kinda, you know, in a way, a special occasion, right? That's at least one way I could put it. And I'm kind of looking forward to it. Because, again, such a rare thing, and this has been like such a mystery. Just because I do know, like, we still had like the vision that tells us, hey, something's getting stolen, somebody's watching us, somebody probably wants the deed. Would be nice to see whether or not the deed is still there. That's just kind of what I'm getting at. Also, these lines don't mean anything, right? Yeah, I hope. Anyway, let's flip the lever. It's okay. And that should be everything. Do I want to check any of the rooms? I don't think we have learned anything new since I was here last. So I'm just gonna leave it at that, okay? Like, maybe there's going to be like something in the room 46 that I missed that is going to help me with the castle puzzle, right? Like, this is like one of the rooms, just because it's such a rarity to be in there. One of the rooms where I could imagine there'll be a hint for that. Because I'm still missing, like, I still bet if I got like one more hint, I could probably figure it out. But, you know, that would require me to find a hint. Or like to sit down. Like, I could obviously guess a lot. But I mentioned this before, like, sometimes I gamble a little bit if there's like a certain level of gambling that makes sense, right? Like, if I see like 10 options to be reasonable, then I'm fine to go through like 10 options, but I have to be reasonable. Otherwise, at some point, it's just not fun, right? At some point, I would just like the game to actually tell me something. Anyway, where was I? The pool is the correct passageway. So let's go here. You're going to show me that. I can open that door. Oh yeah, because I activated that lever. It's okay. I'm gonna bring the key just because I can. Also, is there like something on here that I missed before? I don't think so. Like, the smudges are just like kinda extreme, like, because of the lighting, I guess. Anyway, room 46, what do I see? I see the crown. I see this. Some writing. I don't think anything changed about that, right? We have the secret room is not as secret as you thought. Yeah, we have your letters, 8 letters, 8 payments, 100 gold, instructions to follow. We've never seen the instructions though. Also, again, like the red thing that we see. Oh, you're locked again. That's interesting. Huh. Expected you to not be locked, I guess. Well, I guess that explains that. I also can't like light a fire here. I don't know, I kind of expected more to happen in this room, but maybe later? I don't know. Let's bring the crown with me again. I'm also curious what happens if I bring the crown with me. So Marigold, like, why is that statue missing? It's like a next thing. Because like we have one, right? Like Epson, Sinclair, you can see those. Jones is here, but like the Mary statuette's obviously missing for some reason. Which is weird because it's like not like they only use them for like dead people, for example, because like I am hopefully not dead yet. So, right? Also don't see any secrets here. I can repeat this, right. You started here and you ended here. I do remember that. It's been so long. I just remember that these were like kind of in the middle. You had this one before then? Did you go north or south first? I don't quite recall. It's like something like this. And then like 4, 5, 6? No, was it this way around? Like we've solved this once before, so I'm not like too mad about doing it the same way. Or was this the wrong way around? I should have written it down. I didn't expect to have to solve this again. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna leave it. You know, it's now a mystery to me. Especially to me, because again, I am forgetful as, you know, as one can be. Might I select something hidden in the ceiling? No? Also, there was like the note about there being potentially a safe here. Was that a red note? No, I think it was like a green note. I just don't remember where we saw it. Was that just in the list of... What am I looking at? Oh. It's a drawer here. Probably. Okay. That makes sense. Can't really do anything here. Okay, I guess I kind of just expected slightly more here. I might also just be wrong about that. Also, you have like the RAM sigils here, but... Okay, they for some reason seemed like they were... You're not protruding the same amount, way to put it. I don't know. Sometimes I'm overthinking things, I guess. You know, as you should in this game, let's be honest. What else would I do now? I guess I'm just gonna continue exploring. At least we got like the confirmation that there's like nothing going on here. For now. Maybe if I solve this again, like after I have like the RAM sigils, I'm gonna just leave this here, right? Like if there's like a more mystery behind that, that would be cool. But I'm gonna leave it until the point where I like properly solve the puzzle in the underground. Right, like last time there were like a few permutations that made sense for like the order. But that was also like kinda the limit, right? Anyway, special keys. Do I use the... I should probably use the silver key here. If this works, and it didn't, okay. Mechanarium. How many mechanical rooms do we have? We have one here. Not that many actually. We have 2. I need more of those. Did I remove the dark room? I might just remove that one and redraw. Draxus, vestibule. I'm just gonna get the vestibule here. It's fine. I would like to get some more food to actually explore here. You're just going to show me that lever that I'm not gonna use again, because why would I? Ballroom is terrible here. Music room, conference room. None of these really matter though. To be fair, nothing really matters at this point. I'm just gonna get like some rooms here. Unless the commissary gives me some food. Which would be possible, right? Like, no, do they have food? Sometimes they do, right? They do have a sleeping mask at least. Sledgehammer. I mean, the running shoes might save this run. But I don't know what else I want to do here. If I had like more mechanical rooms, that would also be cool, right? Like then I could get the mechanarium. This is like still, I guess, a trophy, like a thing that is still, I guess, like I'm constantly thinking about, because I have not gotten enough mechanical rooms for that to be worth it, because I need to basically get all of the rooms in there, right? Which, you know, would mean that I need like 7 other mechanical rooms, which is like really hard to get. I'm just gonna get the trophy room, it's okay. And I didn't save a step, but I do have like a lot of gems that I don't really use because I can't eat them. But too bad. And servants' quarters are at least a few steps. And the key, but it's actually freezer. You know what? The run is basically over. But if I get the freezer, I'm gonna have like an amazing run next time. Like, because like 40 coins and 29 gems. Like I am, you know, I am set for the next time. That should be fine, right? And I also have the torch, which means that I can also get like keys, even though like keys don't really matter that much. What else? I can also open this room, which is interesting. I could look at all of the notes here. I don't know if there's like anything else hidden inside. If there were, I would only expect like something written on the side somewhere. Right? With this one, the freezer inside. We do have this note with the prism key, which is cool and all, but we don't really need it at this point. But hey, at least the advantage that I have now is that I can at least take some screenshot of this and, you know, write it down. Also, this is like just a note about like the rooms. By the way, like the comma, I don't remember that one being there. But it's like not going to change anything. I have figured out like how to read that message, right? Yeah, it's after the gates, right? Like if we count small gates, comma, 8 dates, crack 8 saves, which makes sense. Yeah, okay. Anyway, I'm gonna take some screenshots. You know, I would have probably struggled a lot less with the envelopes or the save combination had I just read this page, right? Like, or like remembered, I guess. Because like, yeah, you have to, you know, the message harbors multiple double meanings and hidden entendres. But there's still like one thing that I think is, I guess, interesting, right? Because there are like 8 envelopes and 8 even more secure locations. Okay. But I am still missing one of those. I don't know if it was like stolen, but here's a bigger thing. We do know that there are 8 gates and like 8 dates that open those. One of the dates that I know about is the one that opened the orchard door. Does that mean that there are 9 dates and this one wasn't counted? Or like maybe there is actually still a way for me to, if I go to the orchard, to find like the last envelope, which maybe, but then there was also the vision telling me that I should only be possible, or like I should only have the opportunity to find 7 of those. That's like kind of what I am so confused about. Anyway, this is otherwise not that helpful, I guess. I can't actually pick you guys up, which is like such a troll, you know, when I think about it. Yeah, I guess it's just like useful if you like unfreeze this, but then obviously the issue is that you don't actually get the effect. Is this one useful for me? Like if I look at it and squint, maybe can I see some letters? I don't think so. Yeah, I still need to take like a photo of this one though. At this point, I think that this is everything I needed. I'm still very impressed that you can just like kind of, you know, brute force yourself way like through there and you don't even need to heat this room. It is definitely something fascinating, I guess. Anyway, I have 3 more steps. I probably will not make it to any cool place otherwise. I don't think that there's anything else hidden on here. I mean, it is not for staff use, Master Sinclair's personal freezer. This is everything we do know about this one, but we already knew that this is, you know, a freezer that wasn't really used by staff, which is fair, I guess. I don't think that I can see anything else here, right? Like, I am, as always, looking around in case I can see, like, some weird letters in weird patterns that don't really make sense, right? But this is already, like, such a big reveal to many, probably. Like, a potential big reveal to many when they are talking about, like, the letters. Anyway, I guess I'm done here then. Is there any place I can reach? Not really. We can make it to the conference room and be funny, I guess. I don't think that sleeping in there is like that useful. Okay, this is my last step. Rude. Okay, to be fair, it makes sense with the room it is, right? You've used all your steps, I must now call it a day. We have like a great start for next time. I'm looking forward to that. Have you pushed yourself into exhaustion? Yeah. And the house might be a little bit different next time. Alright, here's the thing. This episode has been like an hour long and we've not made like too much progress like on the actual, well, how do I put it? There's like definitely a lot of progress like on what I have done, right? Like we've had like a big run here. We've reached room 46 again. This was like a confirmation that I needed. We got like a little bit of a hint in the treasure trove. What else did we get? I could confirm what it meant like with the tomb, with like the flower, that we just get like a flower there with like a gem, which is neat, but I had kind of hoped for like more of a lore reveal, but you know, that's fine, right? Like you don't need a lore reveal every single time. Like a massive one like that. It's just nice to see every once in a while. What else did I learn? I think that's basically everything I learned. It would have been nice to reach the break room at the end, just to get also the key card, which makes like, you know, progressing in this game so much easier. But we will have to draft the break room more often anyway. What else? I think otherwise this was basically it. I got some screenshots of like the office mail and the security mail, which is nice, so I don't actually, you know, need those again. Always useful to have that one in notes, like just like I have had so many situations where I felt like it would have been nice to like reread something when I was like in another situation. Just keeping like up with screenshots, you know, is probably the easiest way to do that. I used to write like a lot of stuff down, but like at some point you just have to write down like the entire message. At that point it just becomes like cumbersome to the point that, you know, you can just take a screenshot. Anyway, I'm not quite done with this episode. I at least want to spend like a little bit of time solving some puzzles, is probably how I would put it. So I guess I'm gonna go over to that. So the rest of the episode is going to be a little bit weird. Yeah, as I mentioned, I wanted to like do some puzzles. There are two puzzles I think are probably quite doable currently. One of them are the Baron Bearfloss, and the other one is like this one here. This is part of a new clue, right? There's like this blackboard, and you know, the investigator here did kind of decode the drafter sixes as the fixed stars, I'm assuming. So that means that on the previous page there are like some books that we can maybe get like a message out of. It's like one thing. I think like unscrambling a word might be possible, but there's also like another thing that I should probably note. Lore equals word, jaw equals name. I don't know why I missed that. That might actually help with like the rest of the translation, so I'm gonna just, you know, add that. But I wanna start with the Baron Bearfloss. Here's the thing how this is going to end up. Like I'm gonna probably like record myself like for a long time, and I'm gonna like edit out like a lot of stuff, because this is again one of those things where I just have to think a lot, and I don't think that my commentary is going to improve my ability to think, basically. Anyway, especially because I'm like actually not that great when it comes to word puzzles. Like comparatively, part of that is like I always talk about like a sort of language barrier. Wait, I should probably, I'm just gonna use this one. A sort of language barrier, not in the sense that I don't know these words, it's just that they don't come up in everyday speech for me, because again, I'm not, you know, a native English speaker. So there are like some things that make this particularly hard for me, so I'm gonna probably open up like a thesaurus on the side, and like maybe Wikipedia to just like look up some things. And I don't think that this is particularly interesting, and also don't want to show like all of it, right? Like you don't need to see my browser and stuff. But like that means like I'm gonna cut out like a lot of stuff, but I'm gonna try to think about or like talk about like my thought process here. Because like last time I read this, like I think I was like really confused by like this description. I just kind of let it fall by the wayside. I don't even know if this is like important. By the way, just in case you for some reason don't remember where this is under the bedroom. Like I got like a map and I dug there, and for some reason it became like a permanent fixture that does not disappear. Which is why I still think that there are probably more of those that I need to kind of figure out. I just don't know in which of those rooms. Like I wanted to check here, right? Like this is not a corner case, even though it's like a corner, but like the bedroom is not in this list. So I don't think that this is related to that stuff. But I'm like still very much like suspicious of the rest, because like we do know that like something has been going on in the patio, and we got like that confirmation. The nook and the office and the pantry are still open. Did we try to... Gosh, like it's been, by the way, like 2 days since I last... Was it 2 days? Anyways, it's been like a bit since I like recorded like the last bit. I think we got the pantry, but we never checked it out after I got like the jackhammer. So we still need to do that at some point. Anyway, so it's probably not related to that stuff. Anyway, so basically directions. Each clue is a hint for 2 different words. The word below, the long word, and a second smaller word found within that word, the small word. Which I think is interesting, because I do believe that the small word is supposed to be like the darker gray tone. Because like, this is like the first confusing thing, because technically it could also be like the lighter one, right? Like it could also be the small one, but the way it's written, I think, because it says like within, I think that this is the only one that counts like as within, right? Like because otherwise you would have like a gap in here, right? That's like my theory currently, so this is like the smaller one. Each letter in the small word will be included in the next clue's long word. Wait. Oh, wait. Each letter in the small word will be included in the next clue's long word. Oh, wait. I completely forgot about that. Yeah, which means that you kind of have to solve them in order, because otherwise you're going to struggle, I guess. Lastly, the first letter of each small word forms this week's solution, a member of the sixth clue. First question, obviously, what is the sixth clue? Does that mean that there are like 5 other clues at least? I don't know, we're probably going to figure it out at some point. But like, the reason why I'm like so... I guess which is why I probably gave up like before, is just because you have to do it in order. And I really don't necessarily get it. Like, I have some theories here, like for example, informs you that there's no school today. So I was like looking at this before the last recording, and I was like, okay, which of these puzzles could be fun to work on? And I was like on here, and I thought like, okay, how could that work? I don't actually know what would inform you that there's no school today, because like I don't think I ever got a day where school was completely out, like here in Germany. There were like half days that I had when it was like 40 degrees out, and we don't have AC in our buildings, right? So that was like too hot, and so we got like half days and went home afterwards. So I don't think that this is really the same. But I had like some ideas, like for example, what about a notice, right? And then you have like ice, which would mean that ice has to appear somewhere in the next one. This is like kind of how I would assume the rules work, and it kind of makes sense, because like a notice you would be notified, right? Like you get a notice that there's no school today, but if it's cold outside, like too cold, then it might just be related to the ice. That's like my theory how this works. I don't actually know if this word is correct. I just have like, I have to put in something at least. Anyway, I guess you have to go like from top to bottom, because otherwise we're probably going to be, I guess, barred here. Anyway, like I remember like last time I did this, I think I said like this could be barred. Like it means it's not something that you keep behind locked doors, but you would be barred, right? Like that means that you are kept behind locked doors. But like obviously RRE doesn't really make sense as a word, so this can't be it, to my understanding. And like I'm just gonna have to work with that. So at this point, I've been thinking a lot about this, right? Like half an hour or so. And like the only things I can come up with basically, and I'm taking like a few notes, it's like, if something's behind locked doors, it's basically something secret, it's something private, it's something unseen. Basically, those are like the things. And I've been looking up like other like synonyms that could fit. And like the problem is, there are a lot of them that fit, but like none of them like work for this puzzle, right? Like for example, if we say like a secret, right? We had like a CRE here, and that doesn't make sense as a word. Like the only exception could be if we write like secret, for example, right? And yeah, I know I'm great with writing on this, right? Like, unless I'm misunderstanding this, and the small word is actually set. But even then, if set is the word that's we're looking for, right? What does that mean? If it's kept behind locked doors, is it set there? Kind of, but like a set, right? Like a bunch of things, maybe a set of things. But even then, like, that just feels wrong. I don't know. Alternatively, obviously, right, like I'm gonna get like a big one here. That's one thing. We could say it's like unseen, right? Unseen. Because it's like, right, like it's in hiding way. See, we would have the word see, but like see doesn't really help us with the prompt either, because like kept behind locked doors, does that mean that I see it? Not really. That's like my issue, right? Like I can find a lot of words that fulfill like one of the requirements, but like not all at the same time. And again, like this might just be me. I bet if I ever solve like a piece of this puzzle, then I'm gonna get like the rules, right? Like similar with like I had the gallery, right? Like the gallery also was like one of those word puzzles where I really struggled, and then like after I figured out the first one, like the rest became like so much easier. And that's like kind of my issue here right now. And the next issue is also like, if you try to look up even the idiom, the first recommendation is this idiom, you know, blueprints. So you have to actively avoid those spoilers, which is makes like looking up any help that's like besides the game a lot harder. That's like kind of how I would put it. And obviously I try to avoid spoilers as best as I can. And it would be kind of terrible if I, you know, figure this one out by accident, basically. Okay, at this point, like, I'm just gonna take a break from, like, the other thing, because I just, you know, I'm stuck there. That's fine, by the way, right? Like I mentioned before, I don't mind being stuck. I just, you know, need to get unstuck, I guess. So I'm just gonna go for this one. I could just go for, like, a word unscrambler. But I feel like this is against the spirit, right? Like, I at least want to start unscrambling by myself, and at some point I might just say, like, hey, this is too much work, I'm gonna unscramble it using, like, some algorithm, right? Like, I could write my own one, or I could just use, like, a website. But for now, let's just try doing it like this. We do know that Drafter 6 apparently is the other book, which still reminds me, I have the copy of the Fixed Stars, like the one that's in the observatory. I still need to get the one in the library and, you know, make like a comparison if there's like even anything different, because I don't see anything major in that book, but I might be completely wrong about that, right? As always. Anyway, so this also kind of, I'm saying that kinda implies that maybe the words are the same. So we at least have Uncle Or. It could just be like one of the other books, but I wouldn't know which one. So my first thought process here is, we only have three the vowels, right? We don't even have like a Y here. So they are probably split apart a little bit. I mean, first word that I see is like clean, right? Like we could probably do something with like clean. That would leave us with these here and a U. But those are like too many vowels. Wait. I also, actually, I don't need the A. I already got the A. Clean. Uwe. Whatever that means. I don't think that's quite it. I feel like the W here is actually kind of interesting, just because, like, comparatively, W seems to be like a rare letter, isn't it? Like, we can't do something like wheel or walk because we're missing like some letters for that, right? Seriously? Is it just that? A new clue? But why? This would be Uncle Or. This is the only thing that made sense. By the way, the way I'm solving this is like I have a dictionary open on the other side, and basically you can basically looks like this on my website, right? Like you can basically use a star to use like basically say, hey, put in like as many letters in there as you want, and just have like a big old list of potential words and just checking those. I'm like, okay, which of those would make sense? In this case, I was like, okay, the W is like probably the one that's going to be, I guess, the most important letter, just because it's like such a rare letter. In the beginning, I was like WE, what can I figure out? WA, WU, U, and like at that point, at some point you're going to go like through the list and you're going to be like, as in this case, by the way, I was like wheel, ween, that I tried. I was like, okay, this leaves us with like weird letters here. News, the only one that works. Okay, now I'm kinda annoyed, I guess. Unless shifted extras is actually something else, because like we are learning something about us, that each of those is actually how do I put it? Like in this on this blackboard, we see that drafter sixes can be read as shifted extras and as the fixed stars. Maybe each of these book titles also holds a second meaning, and that's like kinda the biggest issue currently. The problem is it doesn't actually help me in this case, because like I would still have to go through it. But we do know that Uncle Or is a new clue. Okay. Which also means that maybe I should just think about like what we know about already. Like a new clue, okay, purple book. A red one. Red wait. Can I do that? Okay. I would assume that tender cipher refers to red prince. We do have THE, the red RED, and then we have PRINCE. Yeah, the Red Prince. It's written with like a the in the beginning, right? Yeah, the Red Prince is like the copy in the bedroom that I just opened. It's the Red Prince. For some reason, I never put the there. Huh. Okay, which one's Luna unranked? Is that... What's a green book? Like, it doesn't have a B, so it's not Brave Bird. Is it the Realm one? No, can't be, because realms would be realms and sigils. The other one would be Swimbird, but we don't have a W in there. Which books exist there? Did I ever take a screenshot of that? I guess I didn't. But the good thing is that I have like all my recordings. And while I can't show you on screen because like for some reason VLC Media Player doesn't like to be recorded, I can at least look into it myself. Oh wait, it actually records. For some reason it never records normally. Okay, this is kind of what is in the video. We have like all of these. We have Realm and Rune. Wait. Is the title different? It's called Realm and Rune here. Okay, because I have Realm and Sigils as a title. I thought that's in the Precipice? I guess maybe? Huh. I guess maybe I have the wrong title here. That's fine. I guess I could work with that. Okay, so Realm and Rune would make sense. Because like the rest I feel like is too long for it to make sense. So... Realm and Rune. Can I build Luna? LUNAR and RE. I can't. Oh wait, because I wrote it like this. If I have like and then I have NAMED. Okay, so this is Realm and Rune. Okay, so we do know like all the 4 books now. We just don't know what the puzzle is about them, because I feel like all of them probably hold something else. So here's the thing. Maybe the order matters. Maybe this is like a whole sentence. I just need to figure out like, right, like the Tender Cipher or like the Red Prince is like the first part of the sentence and then you continue because they are like in a specific order, right? I say like in a specific order. Maybe we unlace. I thought like unlace because like untangle, right? Something like that to solve something. But that would be like down there. I have at this point started to like throw this into like a word unscrambler. For some reason, like all of them that I have found basically just try to find words inside of this stuff and try to like untangle it that way instead of like untangling all of the words in there, which is, I think, is reasonable, because in this case, like I could see, okay, we was a word and unlace. I just checked like, okay, what happens if I try to untangle a new clue but like remove the we, for example, and in that case we still get like the unlace, which is like how I can see this working, right? Like I think this is fine to do that. Right, like again, like I think at some point you just kind of have to give up, right? Like I've been recording for like more than an hour and not really made progress. And like I don't, right, like I could just manually check like every single combination, or I could like write my own program, or I could just, you know, do it like this. And I think this is reasonable, right? Right, I would say that's reasonable. Anyway, it's always fun to like solve stuff like that, but it's still, right, like even in this case, right, like I don't get like a full sentence that makes sense, and I don't think I'm ever going to get one if like all of them have to be combined, is probably how I would put it. Again, like I could just write like a code that does it for, basically just tries every single combination, checks if like those words exist in a dictionary, and that would be reasonable, I think, right? Like I could write that, but I'm just gonna skip the writing part for now, just because I don't have the time. Anyway, like imagine it's we unlace. Let's start with that one, because this sounds the most reasonable of all like the words that I had seen. Maybe I'm completely wrong, Just because like the game obviously, like, I say obviously, but it is oftentimes hard to find like so many words that you can scramble that make sense like in different forms, like for example as word, like as titles for books, and also like in a fully grammatically correct sentence. Right, we have like the same thing with like the if we count small gates, right? Like the dates they do that. I think there's like some artistic liberty in like all of those words. I'm just gonna continue this, like basically what I'm doing, right? Like I'm gonna enter like the red prints and I see like what it's going to give me like as words and as options, and I'm gonna write like some of them down and then we can talk about like these specifics. Oh, wait. The first words. Oh, I'm gonna have to like hide some stuff here. Wait a second. Like the first recommendation is decipher, but like if I only use like decipher, what do I keep? Wait a second. I should probably start at the beginning to make this easier. Wait a second. D-E-C-I-E-R. Decipher? But then we have T-R-E-N? Or maybe rent. Decipher rent? Maybe rent books? We don't have books in here. Does that make sense? Decipher rent. Like, I like decipher as a word here, because obviously we're talking about like deciphering something. But like, can I combine these letters in a way where that makes more sense? Because I don't think rent is something we care about in this game, but like maybe? I'm just gonna continue with like my theory that I have had so far. So if I combine like realm and rune in a second, right? Realm... Would be nice if I got spell, right? Learn... But then we have M and the... Ru. I mean, we still could make rune out of this, right? But like, learn rune? But then I have M and D still? Maybe this is wrong. I just, like, I am looking at like all of the different options here, and like I think, okay, this game has like a thematic when it comes to like learning and deciphering and stuff. It makes more sense to me if the word that I'm looking for like includes something like that. Maybe I'm just wrong with like the decipher, and the decipher just doesn't make any sense. But what else could it be? A centipede? Could also look for like small words and then like slowly remove letters from my decipher, like my little letter here. I know it's like kind of hard, like if you can't see the program, but again, like I would have to like edit some stuff in, but like I'm gonna show you like how it looks for me basically. Basically, this is what the website is showing me, right? I'm adding realm and rune in there, and then it gives me like a lot of words that could fit. Right, like I could figure out, and then like over time I'm just checking like all of these words, and I'm seeing like which letters are still left, and like if there are still letters left, then I can just enter them and again into the like the word unscrambler. And again, I could just write my own code that does that for me. Really not that hard, but I'm gonna save myself like a little bit of time here. I mean, it could also just be earn, and we could make rule out of that, right? Like we are moving this one and rule, and we would have like an MD and an N, but it doesn't really help us. Like it's too many consonants. I mean, you could also talk about like a mule, but like a mule wouldn't help us either. Okay, what if I am wrong about like decipher? It's just like cipher. That doesn't really... I mean, by the way, that's also stupid because we already have cipher here, right? Like, I feel like cipher, now I think about it, doesn't really make sense then. Because it's like too close to what we have already. Maybe pretend? Like, I have a few words that could make sense. I'm just gonna write them down and I'm gonna unscramble like the rest for like all of the RAM. Like, pretend is great, I think. Okay, switch over to another browser that I can actually show you guys without like, you know, doxing myself. I hope. You know, as always, I hope. But like, this is like kind of how I'm working. This is unscrambler.me. This is the first link that I found when I looked for a word unscrambler, which is the only reason why I'm using this one. I don't know if they're like better ones. I just looked into like a few ones while, you know, quickly looking again. And this is like the first one that kind of works. And this is like where I get like a pretend, for example, right? And like, I could now go in here and remove every single letter that I need. Pretend. And I get like rice, which doesn't really help me here. Right, like, and I could look into this, then look at all of the pretend eyes. It doesn't really make any sense. So it's probably not pretend, right? Like, this is kind of how I'm thinking about this. And so I can just go back and, you know, the red prince, add this one again, and, you know, repeat my process. That's basically what I'm doing here. Okay, if it's not pretend, let's try something like print, for example, just to show you again. This is, again, what I'm doing here. Print cheered. I mean, it's at least a 7-letter word, right? But like print cheered doesn't really make a lot of sense, I would say. But it would at least be like a valid unscrambling, right? Direct her pen? Wait, her? Yeah, her pen. That would work. Direct her pen is another valid one. Her pen, do we see her? Who is her? Like, direct her pen. Is there a pen that we can move? Because like, this is at least like something, right? Like, this is, I guess, a call to action in a way, right? So that is somewhat useful in this situation. Like, assuming that the rest does help us in any way here, right? I kind of want to go with like that theory for now, which would mean that realm and rune would be like the next step, right? Like, if I can make a sentence that makes sense after direct her pen, maybe towards or something like that, or like into something, I don't know yet, then we can probably guess that that makes sense. I don't know which word would make sense in realm and rune though, but hey, let's just, you know, let's just theorize here. Okay, wait a sec. Direct her pen, learn unarmed or unlearn armed. Does that make any sense? Not really. Alternatively, we have the books here, right? Like, is there any person here with a pen? We are also the first ones to borrow this one, right? Like, this is also important. Even though I feel like didn't he give it by, because it's like the new version, right? Like, this is not the version that the commissioner here had. Is there anyone with a pen here? I don't think so. By the way, I'm still so confused by like the major and the minor one here, right? So I just don't know where to use that password. I'm gonna figure it out at some point. Right, like, I really love thinking about this, but as I mentioned before, like, sometimes I just don't know how to record it. Another thing that I'm just thinking of is here's like another split in there. I know I'm just like jumping all over the place. I feel like I'm kind of at the end of my thinking phase here. But like, what we also have is like this split here. And we have learned in this book that Jor means name and Ma is like a prefix that means small. So small name? Is there a small name? Because like here, we also would have that here. The suspect is small name technically. But what would be a small name? It could just be like a lowercase name. But does that work? Maybe it's the full name of Mary. Because we've learned about that via the birth certificate, right? I mean, I don't think we've really heard about like a full name before, right? Like a full name. I mean, to be fair, we've had Mary Matthew Epson, right? Maybe lowercase could be a password when connecting to the, the bigger network. Maybe? That's like the only thing that I can currently see if you're talking about like a minor name. Like if we're just like writing Mary Matthew Epson in like lowercase. Maybe. Not 100% sure. But in any case, I've been working on this for like almost 2 hours now. I'm going to do like sessions like this like every time I don't have like I want to say like I don't really have short episodes these days, right? Like I very rarely have those. But even if I only have like a 1 hour run or something like that, I will probably add like another 15 to 20 minutes of footage of me just like I guess struggling with this, so I can actually I guess add you to like my thought process a little bit. I know it's kind of hard to record because like a lot of this is just like me checking dictionaries or thinking, like actively thinking. Sometimes I make notes, but like it's not really that visually great, is how I would put it. That doesn't mean that I just want to hide like all of this process here, right? Like the problem is that a lot of ideas, or like some ideas at least, that I've had over the many episodes that I've been playing, this is that they basically came to me in like while I was showering, and that's like the best place for me to think about it. The problem is with like most of these puzzles here is that I don't think about them enough, and I kind of want to just like I guess spur myself on by like giving me a reason to think about them, have like all of the details in my mind, and this is probably going to help me like over the next few episodes to figure out like some of those puzzles. I hope, right? Like this is always the hope with like all of the puzzles, and that's like kind of the struggle with like puzzles that only have like one solution. And again, I'm not great at word puzzles. This is just like kind of a weakness of mine. But in any case, I still hope you enjoyed, and I hope you enjoyed like this little process. Like I don't 100% know if I'm always going to do it like the exact same way. I'm going to figure out like how to be better at like showing my thought process over the coming episodes, hopefully, right? Like you always learn, and this series has been a lot of learning when it came to like video making for me. In any case, I still hope you enjoyed the episode, and I wish you a wonderful rest of your day. I'll be seeing you next time. Till then, have a good one, and bye bye.